What was that?
Are
That
you not
movie?
energized?
Oh my god, I'm so confused. I just don't know what the meaning of life is anymore after watching that movie. It was insane. Did you enjoy
We're of
it?
course talking about Mario Brothers, the film.
The original, the 1993 movie. Just
Actually, the first time I've ever seen it not cam recorded. So I got to see it in all its glory.
I feel
Yeah.
I feel like my dad took me to see that at the movies. That
Oh,
was I would
what
have
did
thought it
you
was
do to
cool back
upset him?
then. Well, you know. Who we got? We got B-Rose here. IGG on some gay ops. How's your father? Rob, you need to get your revenge on Camel. Mo Biggs is in the house. Micro's here. Robin Bancroft, you guys need to pick a movie for next time. Movie sucked. I liked that more than the video game show. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I think
Super
it's
Mario
good when
Bros.
the movie sucks because then we can all come together and laugh at it. If it's like a classic and we're really enjoying it, it's a bit like I don't know.
Yeah, but
I
I mean,
like
if
the
it's
idea of them being video game themed movies like that because there's so many bad ones.
it can suck and be fun at the same time, though. I don't know if that filled the quota for that.
I think Street Fighter falls into that category. You don't agree, but
D-Wag's in the house. Jay Ryan's here. Sumo Thori, good to see you guys. I saw D before. I don't know if he's still here. Member thing from Jim up the top. Let me grab that in a sec. Scrolling down. Sumo, David Fee, good to see you. D's there. I can see you, mate. All right. Billy's here. I haven't seen Billy in a minute. Good to see you, dude. You're hanging out over on Reenie's channel a bit, which I have not seen that much of, unfortunately. Callum Moon's in the house. Sark is here. Sam Rogers. Scrolling. Micro's
all
here.
the best people here.
Jim became a member. Thank you, man. Appreciate that a lot. 80s Maids here. Dean's here. Bancroft, before we get into things, the Australian meetup. For everyone who's in chat, maybe I'll do a quick poll or something. But all the Australians in here, do you want to do just a regular let's meet up at a bar and have a drink meetup? Or do you want to do a let's meet up and play some poker meetup? What do you think, Mike?
If we play poker, does that mean we have to go to someone's house?
I don't know.
Because where else are you going to play poker?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that. I'm like, we could play it in my house, but
Used
what if
to
everyone's
be-
weird? What if everyone's weird and you
Yeah.
want to kick them out?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know if I'd be inviting people from the internet to your house. I mean, I'm sure we're all very lovely, normal people, but that's going a bit far. You used to be able to go and play on the electric tables at Crown. But yeah, anyway, I didn't even know if these guys are even into poker. So
We have to do shoeies, Mike, whatever happens. We owe the chat shoeies.
We do.
We owe the chat shoeies.
We would. Mel is not going to be happy about that.
Well, she's not drinking it. She'll be fine.
True. She won't be there.
Yeah, B Rose is back in town. What's going on, Mike? Checkpoints here. What's going on? Shadow banning. It's happening everywhere. Everyone is getting shadow banned. I mean, how?
Not everyone. I think last count is 16. 16. It started in I think this month, November. Other people have been kind of I've never called it shadow banning before, like what's happening to me. So you can search for me, but you can't find me. I didn't consider that shadow banning. Whatever it is, it's still annoying. That's what's happened to Perfect 10. That's, to me, that felt more in line with, there's something that the trust and safety team have flagged and they've put it on a no promote or something like that. This thing that's happening is new. And so far it's affecting 16 campaigns that we're aware of. And yeah, we haven't been able to find out if it's happening to anyone else. But that's, if you think about it, it's exceedingly difficult to do because unless someone actually lets us know, hey, I have a campaign. It's been shadow banned. How would you find a campaign? Because you can't find it because it's not appearing.
Just
So,
quickly,
yeah.
Jim Cox gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. It's amazing. Yeah, so shadow banned. I'm on the list now. I was originally, and then I wasn't, and now I am again.
So did you speak to Joel and he got you off it?
Yeah, there was some problem, but we sorted it out. And he's like, "No, it wasn't shadow banned." And I'm like, "Okay, then why isn't it showing up?" And he's like, "I don't know." But yeah, it was sorted, and now it is unsearchable again, and not in
Again.
Google as well,
Again.
Mike.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, because some of them are turning up in Google and some of them aren't.
Have you guys played?
Here's a spicy question. As shite as this is, could it be a blessing in disguise because it's snapping us out of complacency?
I
Thinking
think so. I do.
that we're like, oh, we're just safe on Indiegogo, but we also kind of have been contained on Indiegogo. You know, a lot of people like CG's dead. They don't even make books anymore because they're not on. They don't. They've got us all blocked on Twitter, and they're not following us on Indiegogo, obviously. But now everyone is like, we got to get out there. We've got to do this ourselves. I'm setting up my website. I've been setting up my website today. I'm not saying it's a good thing that this is happening. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, is there a way we can look at this and say, well, and plus, not yet. Considering we don't have any hardcore proof that it's a targeted shadow ban based on ideology. All we have is circumstantial evidence that all the ones that we've known and we've seen are CG campaigns. Yeah, I don't have any plans as yet to leave Indiegogo outright or anything like that. I know some people in the chat are like, well, I'm not going to back there anymore. And that's fine. Yeah, respect that. That's why I think we all need to now be offering alternatives if possible. It's going to be difficult, though, for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people should be just totally abandoning Indiegogo because you can still make money there. I think that some people still want to use that platform to purchase. They're used to it. That's totally fine. But it's at the point now where you have to look at different options. Mike, I came up with
Hang on, Mo's comment. Bancroft is freebasing copium. I'm just trying to find a way to interpret what's happening. It's very discombobulating. It's like every day there's another 3. Brutus 2 now as well. Can't search for it. Jaro, because Brutus 2 is obviously a mailing list. Let me check that. Let me check that.
I'm hearing a lot of people, Mike, just saying, let's just write it out, right? Let's just, see what happens and hopefully it will get better. But for me, right, I kind of came up with this analogy today and you're going to have to bear with me on this one. If you come over to my house and your arm gets broken, right? It doesn't matter if I did it intentionally, if it was an accident, or if it was neglect. The result is still the same. Your arm is still broken. And that's what's happening here. We are not making the same money that we could possibly make. So it doesn't matter if it's intentional.
I feel like you didn't need to make that analogy. That's just confusing the issue. But I mean, it does matter whether or not it is intentional. It does matter. But you are correct. The end result is the same for the customer. They can't find your thing. But for as a creator and even as a customers might not want to support because you do pay a fee to that company if they're going to be going around doing that. Now, having said that, even if it is on purpose, it might not even be Indiegogo's fault. Like, there's so many things that could be happening here. Like, here's something. Did you know that Indiegogo has no offices? They're all work from home. They're all work from home. They have instigated the tipping feature recently. which says to me they need cash. So, they could be short-staffed. No one's like really watching what's going on. Joel is off the Comicsgate. Joel is off the comics thing. So maybe it just got punted to some person who's now the leading comics, and they have it out for Comicsgate, and they're doing it, but their bosses don't know about it, and they're not filtering through any of the customer service requests or anything like that. I don't know. Obviously, this is all just speculation. I don't know what's happening. I do know that Indiegogo, I don't know, it feels like it's a bit of a shambles at the moment in terms of how it's being run. Like Ethan talked today about how there's rumors out there about how chaotic it is and rudderless and everything, and I've heard the exact same things, and it all fits in with the whole tipping thing and what's going on, and weird.
Yeah, it seems like the people are kind of in different like places with it. I'm kind of where Dave is here. He says, stop making excuses for IGG. They ignore creators who have problems while still taking.
They're ignoring me too. I mean, I'm just saying we don't know. So,
but I guess my point is, Mike, does it matter? Does it matter if it's intentional, or does it matter
no,
if it's a
not
glitch?
really. I
because
mean,
the result is the same thing.
Well, I think it probably does matter if it's somehow a glitch, and they're like, oh, we lost access to our emails, or I don't know, whatever it could be. It's highly unlikely that they're not ignoring us on purpose. I mean, I don't know what's going on over there. Is there one customer service person who's fielding all customer service emails, and they've got 10,000 emails, and they're just getting through like 3 a day? So they haven't been able to get up to any of the emails that we've been sending these last couple of weeks. Yeah, I don't know.
It is weird because like all my old campaigns are on there, just not the new one.
Yeah, they don't seem to be affecting ended campaigns.
Justice says, the more I think about it, Kickstarter first, Indiegogo in demand next.
Well, the way I think about it is your own platform, if you can do it, your own platform first, then Kickstarter, then Indiegogo, because it has the in-demand function. Yeah, that's a good point, Dave. I mean, I made that point in the video today. This is costing them money. But if it is some person who's just doing this for them because they hate CG, then they probably wouldn't care about making money. It's like, well, it's not my money. I'm just going to screw CG over. It doesn't make any sense.
Dave says, for the people listening, if they need money that badly, they best stop throttling campaigns. Where's Skip said? Skip said, what are you guys doing to see if you're shadow banned? Well, you want to take that one, Mike?
Well, I mean, you can just search yourself, like Replicator 4. You can search it. It will not come up. Now, not like put in Painted Death, yeah? You don't have to be in comics. You don't have to be in anything. You can just put in Painted Death. It will come up. Yeah? That's not shadow banned. You can't search for Replicator 4. It sounds like you can't search for Brutus either. So if you put in Brutus, that's out as well. So that's another one. We're up to 17 now. So there should be a Brutus 2 sign-up page. It's not there. Yeah. There is code that you can go in and look. But it doesn't work the same with the signups, because all signups have the code in there that says no index, I think. Or maybe not no index. No, it's the other thing that has it. I don't know. The code thing is a little bit, I don't want to put too much faith into how that all works, because I don't know, and I don't want to talk about something like that I don't really understand too well. But yeah, Joe Rowe has it right. Like, if it's someone who's just has a real hate boner for Comicsgate doing this, then yeah, they're not going to care that they're costing their company money. They're getting their paycheck every week, and if the company goes under eventually, then well, they'll just find another job. All speculation.
This is my friend's comic, right? From you know how I was friends with a couple of comic guys back in the day before I found Comicsgate. This was one of them. This is a Kickstarter, and obviously, like, it's all censored, but it gives a pretty good impression of what you're getting from this book, especially when it says it adult content warning there in giant bold letters. I don't think you'd be even allowed to have this on Indiegogo.
No, you wouldn't be able to put those pages up, I don't think.
Like, I mean, come on, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, like, seriously.
You're gonna get that cover with the dude's butt?
Needs more meat for me, I think. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. So yeah, I mean, but some people, Mike, is saying let's just write it out and see what happens. But what are they writing it out to? Like, what's going to change? Like, they're going to put all the campaigns back and not censor us, and not. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh well, that would be preferable. You think that couldn't happen? I mean, again, I don't know. This is new. This is all new. This has only been happening now for not even 10 days, I think, in this way, where you haven't been able to be found at all in search. So I don't know what
this has been going on for not long. Not long, you're right, sure. But they have been censoring and filtering out people's campaigns for months. Like, I think the earliest...
Well, they've been doing their trust and safety guideline stuff with the censoring and the... That's probably what happened to Dave's campaign. Because you can still search for it, but you can't find it in the Explore. That's what happened to the other guys who got flagged for violence or the word sex or something like that. So it feels the same. So it might not be in the same bubble, in the same thing as the other campaigns where you can't even find them in the search. Look, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. There's a lot of money tied up in Indiegogo. There's a lot of people. That's where their audience is. So going forward, I mean, I don't see everyone just straight up abandoning the site. Like previously, everyone kind of abandoned Kickstarter like that, and went over to Indiegogo. I don't know. I don't think we should just disappear again from another site. And these are the two biggest crowdfunding platforms in existence. That's not a viable solution, I don't think, for anyone, for everyone. And barely anyone. I mean, barely anyone has an audience size that they need to just go off and do it like Eric July did it.
Mo says they could censor the man ass if they're going to censor everything else. Yes, that's a good point, Mo. I kind of feel, Mike, that this is actually worse than the Kickstarter thing, because the Kickstarter thing was one creator that they didn't agree with, right or wrong. Obviously, we think it's wrong, that no way that should have happened. But this is people en masse that they're doing it to now.
Well, most people didn't try and even open up a Kickstarter out of kind of protest. Mike S. Miller did, and he got kicked off it as well. So we don't really know, but I think it's pretty well established that Camilla Zhang was not going to let Comicsgate campaigns onto Kickstarter. at least not prominent ones anyway. So I think David's right. We should stay until they kick us out.
Justice says, I found links to 3 Indiegogo founders. One of them has Twitter DMs open. That's interesting, and it kind of ties into my next point, right? Like people seem to, some people seem to want to be out just to ride out the storm of whatever the hell this is until we get clarity on it. I'm not kind of like that. I'm kind of like, shouldn't we kind of try and burn the thing to the ground a little bit? Shouldn't we be out there publicly?
You want to burn Indiegogo to the ground?
Dude,
no, I mean,
bit,
we should be
honestly.
Holding their feet to the fire. Yes, we should
Shouldn't
be every day.
Every day, all of us be out there
be
saying,
holding our feet to the fire. That's what that's what I've been trying to do. I've done like 5 videos on it or something. I don't know if I can do any more. I'm trying not to agitate a riot against Indiegogo because I know so many people rely on people backing there every day, and I don't want to discourage that. But at the same time, yeah, this is bullshit. Absolutely, the people are paying their fees. Customers, are helping to pay that, and at the same time, they're sending emails to you saying, "Oh, you haven't updated in a month. We're gonna seize your cash until you do."
How dare they? How dare they?
Well, I think it's in their terms of service now.
Dave says, I also think we need to stop speculating about why Indiegogo is doing this. All they need to do is make a public statement about being understaffed or whatever. We demand updates from creators too. Dude, I agree. Like, I kind of feel like, shouldn't we just, all of us, be out there on Twitter? And Mike, should we be taking it from the angle of their censorship, their discriminating, all those kind of buzz key words that corporations seem to be so concerned about? If we start putting it out there that
I don't think they do. Corporations don't care about being censors and
discriminating against a group of people.
No. I think but
that's why they're blocking us, though. That's why they're blocking us, because we're a group of people that they see as a hate group.
Nah, I think but just look at everything that's going on with Twitter. It's a similar thing. No, I don't think if we did that, I don't think that would be the thing to motivate them. I think more than anything that would motivate them is the fact that, hello, we've raised $15 million on your platform over the last 4 years. So I think someone worked that out to be about $750,000 in fees for you. So what's going on? You don't like money anymore? That's probably the language that they'll speak.
1.2 is right. Like, by I'm just trying to get my head around this. By the way they're doing it, right? By not telling people, you're shadow banned, you're not searchable, all this kind of stuff. The fact that we've had to figure it out over the last 6 months, that is people's livelihood on the line that they're just taking away without explaining it. Like, look at Inglorious Rex 2, and you can make arguments for, time of year, recession, all those kind of things. But Shane's audience has grown. His first book was a success. People seem to really enjoy it. By all accounts, that should be raising more money than what it's tracking to do so far. And for me, man, that's got to come down to Indiegogo. Whichever way you look at it, it's coming down to either incompetence, something intentional, screwing up payments. Like, this is taking money off people's table, food off people's table, Bancroft.
I agree.
I don't think there's any excuse in it. I don't think there's any excuse in it. It's not like, oh well, let's just play it out and see what happens. This is complete bullshit. And like, Sure,
But what are you suggesting, Rob?
it may not affect Shane all that much because he's done really well in the past.
I think it does.
But it does. But what about someone like Dave Brink or me or you, right? Like taking 25% off our total funding. Let's just throw a crazy number out there. That's the difference between getting the book finished or not getting the book finished. And that is complete bullshit that we don't have a reason why this is happening.
Yes, but Rob, what are you suggesting we do?
Burn it all to the ground.
Burn what?
Michael
Like I
says
said,
issue...
Indiegogo doesn't exist. It's nowhere. It's people at home in their pajamas working from their couches. It probably goes a long way to explaining why it's in the state that it's in.
CG Vacation, perfect example, right? Phil and Brandon been kicking ass. They put everything they had into that book. The amount of money they probably had to outlay to get that book done would have been staggering, considering the amount of artists they had on. The fact it wasn't searchable or displayed on the page when they launched, like that could have severely, like that could have put them out of business. Like, no joke, it's absolute bullshit. Micro says, the issue, Rob, is that if you start a fight and they kick off all of CG, then what do you do? I think some people are scared of that too. Like, and that's fair. That's fair. I'm just waiting for you to drop some killer knowledge here, Bancroft.
I mean, I've said everything I think I can say on the matter. The circumstantial evidence to me is pretty clear. It's damning. They do seem to have an agenda against us, but at the same time, it's not hardcore proof. We don't know the exact situation, what's going on over there. And either way, like you said, at the end of the day, what can we do? What can we actually do? I'm not going to advocate people take their campaigns off Indiegogo. I'm not going to advocate that people stop backing on Indiegogo, because when you do that, you're just hurting that creator. So I don't know what else I can do other than keep talking about it and making sure more people know about it.
I just wonder if there's an angle that we can use, and you don't think so, like you said it before, but I kind of, like someone said it, who said, David Fee says, I think Rob is right. They don't care about the money CG brings in. So if they don't care about the money that CG brings in, what do they care about? They obviously care about the public image that they have. So can't we go after that?
I mean, we could try. I think we sort of are in our own way, but I'm lucky if I get 1,000 people watching my videos. Well, a lot of us have under 10,000 followers on our Twitter. I don't know what we can do. What do you? There's nowhere to take this. There's no phone number we can call. If you're in the States, I think Chris Braley was talking about taking it up with the Consumer something Commission. That might be an avenue. Lawyers, engage lawyers. I don't know. I don't think I can do that from here.
But there's always
I don't think I have a claim as yet. Anyway.
There's always a bigger stream, a bigger audience that we could probably get this in front of, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I hope like a guy like Replicator or someone might talk about it or something like that. But then again, is Indiegogo watching that? Are the people in pulling the reins going to see that? Are they going to care?
I might be
I don't know if we have that kind of leverage in the comic book sphere. if we kick up a stink in a big way, get out on all these big channels, is that going to stop random people from spending $6,000 on a battery pack? I don't know. Probably not.
Justice says, I want Indigo to get exposed as harming those they host in an official statement and ruin the integrity of the website for anyone who might discourage anyone from going there, kneecap them. Not even about money, reputation, unprofessional, that destroys the business. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing. I kind of think that if we start telling people about what they're doing to a small group of comic creators and the reasons for it, then maybe it gets out there. Like, people do hate cancel culture, Bancroft. Like, there is something.
Oh,
there.
I get that. Absolutely, I get that. Yeah, Camel's right on this point. He says, before anyone does anything, we need to discover, and I think we need to know this for certain. That's why I send out that tweet asking if there's any way that we can find this out using that code. We need to find out if there's anyone from any other categories or even comic books that are non-Comicsgate that are getting the same treatment. Without that evidence, all we've got is circumstantial evidence, which is a kind of evidence, but still circumstantial. I mean, we know that the only reason we know that this is happening is because, well, we're all online together, and someone eventually was searching for a campaign and let someone know, and it filters around. How can we know about campaigns that we're not even aware exist? It's very difficult to find. Thus far, we haven't found any. That's why it's looking really bad. But
it's interesting. Thank Ferret. I don't think IGG cares. The programming for their site hasn't had a significant update in years. Yeah, it's true. Back the Baldo on IGG. Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Cooler heads will prevail. Will they, though? Like, are we just going to be talking about the same shit 2 weeks from now, a month from now? Are we still all going to be banned? Like, it's either gross incompetence or it's intentional. And they're both, the end result is the same thing. They're both terrible.
Well, you keep saying that. I mean, yes, the end result is a shadow ban, but I do think it's worse if it's intentional.
It's worse. Yeah, it's worse.
Because then it's
But the end
ideological
result's the same.
and we are being specifically targeted. If it is just gross incompetence, you would imagine it would be affecting the whole site. That's why I think it's looking like ideological. Like there's someone, and I think it's the person, whoever took over the comics team, has it in for CG and are finding campaigns that are appearing on the bigger streams because they're the ones that most people see and nixing them. That's my suspicion. And yeah, I think that's much worse. But yeah, of course, the end result is no one gets to see a campaign. So
I might be roboting again, just so let me know if I am. Justice says, I discovered the source code on Shane's campaign has changed from line 87 to line 54 in the last week. It's deliberate.
Yeah, and the thing about that is I don't feel like their coders, like in the code actually copying and pasting things. It's more likely that there's someone with access to a back end that has selection things and that sort of automatically updates code. But the fact that it's changed lines feels suspicious to me. That there was something very deliberate in that they've actually they've gone in to look at the actual code as it is and made some kind of change.
Right. It all comes back to me, right? Like, regardless of whether it's intentional or not, the fact that they won't respond to creators or people who've raised the issue tells me it's intentional. That's what it says to me.
Well, the people responded to all the confirmation stuff. That happened. I think it happened afterwards, during. So all the people who weren't getting their confirmation emails, they were getting responded to by some team, but obviously not the person who deals with this stuff. So whoever the person who deals with these kind of complaints, that's the person or persons who aren't responding. And we have no way of speaking to pretty much anyone else. We don't have any contact details that anyone's been able to find.
Okay, so like seriously though, what are our next steps here? Like if we want to get this situation resolved, what are our next steps?
Well, I think we continue what we're doing in shining a light on it as much as we can, talking about it, making sure everyone's aware of it, finding new campaigns. We continue our search for anything that's had the same treatment as us. And we begin building alternatives, as we has sort of been doing here and there along the way, but not really, not in any concerted effort. I think that's going to start happening a lot now. I myself am doing it. Whether or not we leave Indiegogo behind eventually, I can't say.
Let's have a look. What are people saying? Steve Dice says, I can just see, man. Source code has changed, and a precursory look at it shows a curious anomaly in the index, no index tag, deliberate or incompetence. I'm not sure. It's all we can do. Deeds, emails, moved on. Doesn't really inspire confidence. That's the thing. We had a guy that basically looked after all the comics campaigns. I don't know if he was CG only, or I'm sure he was comics only.
No, it was just comics.
Yeah,
he was the comics. He was the comics. Hang on, I can find him.
He would figure out what was wrong and get back to you and fix shit for us. He did that for everyone. He's not in the same position. I don't even know if he's still at the company, Bancroft. I don't know if he's.
I think he's moved on to a different team. He is the supporting tech and creative campaigns dealing with comics in the comics division. So yeah, he reached out to me when I started up the Painted Death mailing list, and he I would always contact him. He'd get back to me within a couple of days at least, easy. And then at some point, it was in September. Well, in September, I reached out to him and said, hey, my campaign doesn't show up in the thing. And he was like, we're streamlining our category comms at Indiegogo, whatever that means, and asking that all support requests go to a central channel. Please use comics@indiegogo.com to reach for support moving forward. I've copied the email in the CC. One of the team at that email above will be able to help you with this. That was on the 20th of September. 2022. That was the first time I contacted comics@indiegogo.com. That's the email that no one's been able to get anything back from, as far as I'm aware.
Is it worth trying to go like through back channels, find out who this guy actually is, and message him outside of official channels to get at least an unofficial answer as to what's going on?
I don't know how you would do that.
Jasper, get on it, man. You can make it happen. I believe in you. Tank Ferret says the division within CG is our major obstacle. The petty spats need to end. What do you think of that, Bancroft?
I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
Yeah,
with this discussion.
I can't really think of many spats that aren't really like anything that we haven't had before. Checkpoint says 2 ways you need to establish an alternative while simultaneously finding any information on why this is happening and who you need to bribe in to get things moving again. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I could understand somewhat that, you know, you don't get a response or I don't get a response, right? We're small fish, but like Ethan's bringing in like his last campaign's what, $1.x million. You think that they would be somewhat focused on him, making sure he's happy and responding to him at that, and that they don't seem to be doing so.
To me, I interpret that in 2 ways. I interpret that as you can just as easily interpret that as it's absolutely ideological. If they're going to turn their back on all the money that Ethan brings in, it has to be ideological. You could look at it like that. Or you could say, wow, they are so incompetent and these emails are not being read. No one's at the helm because they're ignoring such a massive customer who brings in so much money. And I think those 2 situations are equally plausible. That it's possible that these emails that we're sending them are not getting read by anyone.
That's true.
That's why they're not getting answered. Again,
isn't there a way
we don't know.
Isn't there a way to put a tracker on an email though to see if it's being opened?
Don't know.
Jasper,
it's above my pay grade.
Mo says we need to set up an Indiegogo to buy Indiegogo with a stretch goal to buy Zoop. They might shadow ban it, but we have to take that chance. Yes, we do, don't we?
Can you imagine?
That'd be so funny.
I wonder what it would go for these days.
Yeah, Camel says trackers only work if the opener agrees to it. Okay. Jay Ryan, incompetence before malice for sure, but can't count out malice at all. And Metal Movies and Brucey says it's funny how this hard block is happening during election season. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Probably not. I know a lot of people think that, but I don't really see the connection.
I said 500 signups. Thank you, guys. If you haven't signed up, please do so. The links are in the description. And sign up for Pain of Death and go back Boots on Heels. All the links are down in the description. KSSS says, hey, I just did the go fund me joke first and Rob ignored that. Sorry, bro. You know,
letting the team down.
Yeah, that's how it rolls. What else is happening, Mike? You've been all over this on your channel. Like you've been doing videos on this like non-stop.
Yeah, you were just saying no one's talking about it.
Apart from you.
No, other people are talking about it. It's just, what is there much more to say? I mean, I've just been reporting what's happening. That's all. And, you know, I'll offer my opinion. I think on balance, it does look ideologically motivated to me, but I am not going to get out the pitchforks until I can have some sort of confirmation of that.
That's the thing. Like I've always got pitchforks in hand. They're ready to go.
You're like Ruffalo. You're like, that's my secret. My pitchforks are always ready.
Yeah. Let's bring up some campaigns while we talk about stuff. What else have you got going on?
Well, Jasper Jasper slid up into my DMs a couple of weeks back when you were sick.
Nice.
Because I did a stream where I was talking about my reprint of Waking Dream, the cover of which is causing quite a stir, which I'm very happy about to see.
When are you doing the stuff that I've asked you to do, Mike? Because we're running out of time. We need to get that done. He's like,
soon?
Soon? It has to be like soon, like now soon. Because I know you're soon. Your soon will be like the end of the month. That kind of defeats the whole purpose of it.
Let's sit down
Tomorrow.
Sunday.
Okay. Sunday. Done.
And we'll nut things out then. I'm gonna have to share your DMs, Jasper, because I can't get these videos out, but I'm not sharing. I'm not actually sharing anything. It's just the videos.
Jasper says, pitchforks out. Rob and I finally agree on something. What don't we agree on, Jasper? We agree on everything. This is American Bliss by Dave Brink. He's in the
tonight, and I want to show you a few books that I have. I feel like you're going about all this the wrong way. I feel like your Second Chance campaign should be a hardcover.
Oh.
Let me show you a few formats I have. So check this out. First off, I like this one. I like this one a lot. I like how it came out.
Black in now. Mm-hmm.
It looks like
It's larger
it's
size
BD
than normal.
size.
It's got a ribbon. Nice, right?
I like that. That is cool. Having a image on the I can't remember
Got a
what that
book
paper
plate,
is called.
signed.
I like book
maybe
plates.
by you and Mel. Not this one though.
Oh. By
Book
you
plates are
and
cool.
Mel.
Not a lot of gutter loss. Right?
Those horrible white gutters, though.
Oh, Rob.
Jasper
See if there's
says,
any back
I'm
matter.
dropping loads in Mike's DMs.
Yeah. That's the finale. And
You
then
did like 4 videos. Oh, was
look
that
at
a
the back.
knee or
See,
a-
look at the shiny
an arm?
ink too. On
Yeah,
the
it's
yellow.
nice.
That's rad.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I really
it is
like the
nice.
look of that
I'll
book.
give you that.
It's not a very large book either. You can do
It
this.
looks like a BD. It
I know you
looks
can.
like a
I'm
all
gonna
the
stop it
French
right
books
here
I get.
because I got more to tell.
I love the idea, Jasper. I love it. You have really hairy arms. Look at that. I
Wow,
thought I had
Mike.
hairy arms.
Way
Do you have
to
hairy arms?
way to dox his arms.
Do you have hairy arms? Hold up your arms. You don't have hairy arms at all.
Steve, yeah, I will do the last one, man. Just remind me. I was sorry. I was like sick for like 3 weeks. It's crazy. Okay.
I love the idea. That book looks amazing. It's something I would love to do. Issue. It would probably double the cost, or I would have to buy large amounts from China or something like that to be able to do it at any kind of reasonable price. I was thinking that my second printing, I was hoping to go cheaper, but if I were to do this, it would be much more expensive. At least, yeah. I was thinking with the reprint of Waking Dream that it would be an option that I could just get done in smaller batches, get them sent out. It would be a cheaper alternative for people to jump on board and sort of find out now what's going on, because it's the second printing. It's not the first edition. So I'm not saying like cheaper quality. I'm just saying a cheaper item. So a soft cover. I absolutely 100% will do this. Eventually, it is. I looked into it. I went and got quotes and everything. It is significantly more expensive to do this. Especially in quality like that, where you've got that, the good paper. I can't remember what it's called, facing paper or something.
A bit of problems, yeah.
Oh. What's going on?
It's having issues. One sec.
Well, I can't help with that, unfortunately.
Oh, Jasper, look at you. Amazing. 1999 FU Rob. Thanks, man. I love that. I appreciate it. It's so good. Mike, while my computer's been a bit of a weird with the sharing, can I introduce you to a new family member we have?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Oh, 1 second. I'll go get them.
Oh, he's just going to leave me here to sit in silence with you all. What are you all saying? It better be a cat. Rob got a rat.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Oh my god.
This
Name,
is Bear.
age, Bear.
Bear, he's about 8 weeks. I think he's about 8 weeks. He's big already, though. Like, look at him.
Oh my god. Very, very cute. We'll go full screen.
Oh, okay, hang on. Hello. Hello.
Is that your first pet for the family?
No. Oh, for the family, yes. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, back. Get me off full screen.
Very cute. Jasper says, Mike, find out where Stoker, Canetti, and Narwhal print their hardcovers. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can get them at a reasonable price printed in China. It's just a bit bigger than what I was anticipating. I'm not saying no outright, but I have to continue to think about it, because if I did it, I would want to do it proper big, bande dessinée size like this. It'd be essentially like this.
Your obsession with Gilgamesh is.
It was
is
just right
epic.
there. I could have peeled that. I could have picked up anything.
Do you have the other video? Is that ready to go?
Maybe for the fractured mind. Hold on, I closed it. 1 sec. Maybe for the fractured mind campaign, because that's what I wanted to talk about now.
It's a golden retriever. We had a rescue dog previously. His name was Thor. We lost him about 3 years ago to cancer. He only lived 8 years, and it's taken us this long to get over it. So it's great because we've got a 5-year-old now. So it's gonna be cool that the dog's gonna be able to grow up with her. So that's why we got it.
I think it's. Hang on, I'm just scrubbing through these videos to make sure it's the right one.
And everyone, feel free. Like after you insult me, send a super chat to apologize. Yeah, man, it was rough, dude. I tell you, like, you feel cheated. 8 years is not enough for a dog. It really isn't. It's like it's heartbreaking. No, it's cool, man. You don't have to say sorry. Emma says it's a shame that Rob still has his shirt on. God damn.
All right. So this is a process book.
Yeah,
I like these, man.
The page on the other side of that is just the rough colors.
I'm thinking this would be a fantastic addition to the Fractured Mind.
Oh, check this out, dude. This is a good idea.
Campaign.
A trailer. They always do trailers. Brubaker and Phillips always do trailers. They'll do like 3, 5 pages, 7 pages, something like that, and they'll do this move, man. You can do that for Painted Death or Fractured Mind. What are the book? The next one you have.
That other one. I
Okay,
love
so
this.
all
I
the
think this is
pages.
awesome.
Isn't that cool?
I'm definitely going to be doing
Can I be honest with you,
like
Mike?
this.
I mean, not like I'm not ever.
So,
but you know how you're doing your black and white book?
Mm.
I would much rather see this from you than a black and white book. Mike's like, thanks, Rob. That is
It's a
noted
lot
and
of
disregarded.
it's a lot of work to get it set up.
Yeah.
As opposed to, because with Fractured Mind, Rod will just send me through the pages and I just save them completed, they're done. That all I would have to do is put them together. And it would be, I would have to think about that. It would be a big task. And I don't write a script really in the same way that like written like that. I have my dialogue and I keep the rest in sort of like notes and stuff because I know what I'm drawing. It's not quite the same. I'd have to think about how that would work.
Mike, it's me again. Guess I'm gonna show you. Now check this out.
Jasper.
To show you that one, Pulp.
I love it how he just
Drew
chucks
Baker
them
by
down.
Sean Phillips. And
Slapping
then
on the
they
table.
released this year, dude. Check this out. Are you ready? The Process Edition. I didn't take the plastic off yet. It's still on there, and it's just pages are cut open. Side by side. It's bigger. It's deluxe. It's freaking radical, man. Now check this out. You can do so much. You don't have to make a new book ever. It's like a second chance, right? You can even just make the hardcover a second chance. The Lucent hardcover with some back matter, something like that. But check this out, dude. This is serious. Look how thick this is.
Tubular.
Compared to the other one, there you go.
Yeah, the other one
Check this
looks
out.
like A4 sized, whereas that's
I didn't get a book plate with this one. I don't know if it came with one.
maybe
but
the other one is
there's,
comic book sized.
Scribbles by Sean Phillips.
Yeah, that's nice.
The spine is not cracked that well. Introduction by
'cause
Brubaker.
it's so much thicker.
Scribbles by Brubaker.
It's very cool. I do like it.
Probably the
lot.
page on the other side of that is just the
D says,
rough
"What about a pop-up book?"
colors?
Dude, don't even
Inks,
joke. That would be
colors.
sick. A pop-up book of the
We
Lucent.
got a
check this out,
pop-up.
dude.
Don't
This is a
pop-
good
this-
idea.
The stuff
A
they're doing
trailer.
with pop-up
They
books
always
is
do
so
trailers.
crazy
Brubaker
now.
and Phillips always do
Doesn't even
trailers.
seem real.
They'll do like 3,
Victoria
5
got one.
pages, 7
All right,
pages,
I think we
something
saw
like
that.
that.
one. I think we
And
saw
they'll
that
do
one.
this move. Man.
Okay,
You can do
just
that.
quickly, I didn't see this, Mike. You're not doing your job of monitoring the chat on YouTube for me because D has gifted 5 memberships, and then
I don't
Eric
have it
Grant has followed up with another 5 memberships. Thank you so
Whew.
much, you guys. Unbelievable.
Jeez.
Man, I should go away more often, huh?
Yeah, they
Someone-
miss you.
Is that what people are saying? They miss me, or they're happy I was away? It could be either or. Mo says, "Why are
Either
we
way, it's money.
e-fapping Jasper's TikToks?"
Well, yeah, so I like the idea of trying to get out things that are more affordable for new readers. That's more what I was thinking, and something much more immediate. If I were to do a hardcover, yeah, that would have to be a proper crowdfunded campaign. Where I would have to set a goal. I have to figure all that out, get it all raised and everything. Because I wasn't even thinking of doing a second chance for Waking Dream. I was just going to offer the second printing on Painted Death. That was
But you
how
think
it's
you're doing a separate campaign now for it?
Well, I think if I were to do a hardcover, it would have to be the hardcover campaign. It would have to be a separate campaign.
I think what you should do is you should launch Painted Death. You should launch the Rod one. What's that called?
Fractured Mind.
Fractured Mind. And then you should put all 3 into a hardcover.
What do you think, chat? I don't want to say that's a good idea to Rob because I only say that to him in private where you can't see me.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, I think that's really meaty. That would be a really meaty offering that you could offer up to people, Bancroft. Some
Let's say
serious
meaty
meat.
again.
Mm.
Ribs.
I mean, they could have just a real big meal of meat. How many pages would that be? That'd be like 200 pages.
Yep, close to. Yeah, probably 200 all in all. That would be a meaty cock, says Eric Grant. Yeah, 200-page hardcover. I could call it the Lucent Painted Dream Mind. Working title.
You could do some sick things too with a hardcover like that. You could do hardcover plus slipcover, and you could do like just crazy. You could do the skulls from the catacomb, like the whole thing. That would look sick. Or you could do like all intricate little symbols that you like. What's the stuff you've got on the pillars? The cuneiform.
Cuneiform.
Yeah, you could do all that stuff.
Dave Brink brings up an interesting point, and it's one of the things that gives me pause for doing all these cool things, is that it's only a good idea if it's a completed story, or very close to a completed story, or half of a completed story. Because, I mean, I don't mind the idea of putting out tomes. The French do that as well. Like, they'll have, if I can find my book. This is the this is the one that this is the one that started it all for me, and this is tome 4, so that's part 4 in a series. But I don't know, like, how soon would I be able to bring out the next tome? You know, it would probably be it would be years between drinks. So,
but I don't think that's an issue. Mo has a member chat. He says, "Hooked on phonics worked for me."
I don't think I know what that is, but
I have no
I'm
idea.
Sure, if
I
I
was
did,
hoping you did.
It would be a lot funnier. It's an American thing, undoubtedly.
Jaro says, doesn't have to be complete, just has to have a decent chapter ending point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it's an issue, man. Like, dare I say anime in this chat, because Mo's here. But like, if you start watching an anime and you catch up to where it's currently at, you just go and read the manga. It's the same thing with you. If someone buys your tome, then they run out of material, they go and buy the next issue until the next tome is out. I think it's a big deal.
Tome. A tomb is what you get buried in.
What? Are you coming up here on Sunday? Because you've got to pick up some stuff from me.
I don't know if I'll be able to do it this Sunday. Maybe I will be able to. But then if I've got to do all this work for you, that's like a long drive.
Hey, work for us, not for me,
Yeah.
for us, for the benefit of all mankind.
Yeah, allegedly.
I've chosen a title name. Is that what you'd call it?
It's a
subtitle name?
Subtitle.
Okay.
I guess. Hit us with your best shot.
I was really proud of it, and you didn't hate it. Replicator 4, Hearts and Spines. What do you think?
It's unexpected. I like it. I think it's cool. I'm just waiting for people to say it's shit. It's the worst.
There we go. There's one.
Yeah.
No.
I know how these things go.
It's like you pour your heart out
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, that is the stupidest idea I've
that's
ever heard.
dumb.
I mean, I hear it every day. So
I said to Mel, what do you think? And she was like, why do you want to have hearts in there? Isn't that a little lovey-dovey? I said, yeah, but it's like instead of hearts and minds, it's hearts and spines. So it's like
just
I don't
you
think
just
people
gonna
like it.
what didn't make the cut? What were the other chapters though? The previous one was man versus machine. Listen to Mel. How long did you think about this title, Rob? Quite a while.
I don't think
Sounds
people
romantic.
like it. Yeah, that's what Mel thought as well.
The thing is, it works so well with the story that I can't explain why it works so well with the story.
Why
It
can't
just
you
really
explain it?
does. Because it'd be giving too many things away.
Just give them away. I've had enough
No.
of this worrying about
No,
spoilers business.
I can't. Sounds like a bad power metal album name. Well, that's good.
Maybe that's what he's going for.
At least they feel one way about it, Bancroft.
That's true. If they were completely apathetic, like, I don't care, Rob, do what you want, that would be a bad situation to be in.
I'm not loving the lack of love for the name, but you know, I'll manage, I guess.
It might also be your delivery. You're kind of a bit tentative how you deliver it.
All right,
I didn't come out here and say, so I'm thinking I might do another book, and I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be the Lucent Fractured Mind. I just said, all right, next book, Fractured Mind. That's it. Get on it or get out. I just dropped it on the table. I said, that's what it's
Hearts
called.
and spines. Deal with it.
There you go. Done. Like a man.
Ripping
Replicator
spines.
4, the next one.
It's done. It's done. Unless someone comes up with a way better idea, that's what we're going with. Too bad. It's happening. Mike, we're going to end the show in about 10 minutes because I've got to deal with this puppy that's driving the entire family insane. Is there anything you want to cover off? I want to bring up Camel Moon.
Yeah, Rob's Mo says to read it.
Just read it. No, this is going to be bad if it's from Mo. Where is it? Why is there no Rob Derp emoji? Okay, thanks, Mo.
No, he said, please use that title so I can save money on shipping from Australia. Speaking of, I think I have finalized. I ummed and ahed. I've come to a final decision that I'm going to be doing $25 for the book plus 15 shipping with free add-ons. Simple, straightforward. That's that. So you can put as much as you want in there. It's going to be $15. You can just get the book. It's going to be $15 for the shipping.
That's good. I like it, actually. I think that's good. I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to just copy you straight and do the exact same thing. I think it's the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So it will, if it's just the book, the $15 will cover the shipping, the mailer, the bags and boards, all that sort of stuff covered. And if people start adding stuff, so now the shipping goes over that amount, that's fine because they're adding stuff. And it's sort of like you get a discount on the shipping because you've put more in. So I mean, you could add on as much as you want.
Yeah,
but that shipping is never going to change. So
I
think that's
really
reasonable.
I really like the idea of a subscription tier to Bancroft. Is that something you're thinking about? Like, you're probably
not really because
you're not going to add much stuff during the campaign, are you?
I don't really plan on adding anything, and if I do, I will be doing the Murph thing where I add it and, I'll make it available as a secret perk for people to just buy it extra with free shipping. And yeah, I don't even think I'll really be doing that. I know it's a big part of a lot of people's campaigns. It's like, oh, we got, the different books are coming in throughout the campaign, but I have the one cover. I don't know what else I would be adding. So.
Oh, Jasper says, Tank Ferret, this show has the best chat engagement. Take that, Bancroft.
Yeah. Well, how many people are watching?
Hey, don't you start that. Don't you?
Well,
don't
it's part and parcel.
Don't you start counting the numbers of how many people are here.
It's part and parcel. It's hard to keep up if you got, more people in the chat.
How quickly you
physics.
Abandon the chat.
No, I never abandoned the chat. It's just
Mo and
I things.
are chucking ripper comments in there, mainly Mo, but we're both in there, and they just get
receipts, please, on you.
Oh, that's a good one. Replicator 7, tits and bullets. He knows me very well. No, but that's great, Mike. I think that's a really good idea. I think that will work out really well. And I think people will really like the fact that they can just chuck in whatever they want and not have to pay so much for shipping. And $15 shipping, I think that's very reasonable. What do you guys in chat think? Let Bancroft know if you like it or not.
They said it sounded cool. Like I was looking at Reenies. Reenies is $12 shipping. So a little bit cheaper. But if you add stuff in add-ons, you get like $2 on each time. So you can just get up to like, I don't know, 16, 18, whatever it is in shipping because you keep adding stuff on. So I think on balance, I'm staying competitive. And Reenies had no issue getting new backers. So.
Do you have the Rocket link there, Mike? Because I've got the original. Actually, I could probably just look on here. That would be easy, wouldn't it? Guys, I try. All right, I try my very best, and it's the best that I can do. Rocket 2 also shadow banned. Great cover, Mike. It's a great cover. Fantastic.
Yeah, a big improvement on the first one, which was quite divisive. All because, who was it? Someone was drawn too fat and someone was drawn too skinny.
I can't even remember the first one. I've got it here though. See, he had the no image thing here, which we don't recommend.
I think they've got that on the other one as well.
Do they? It's better though, at least.
Better. It is better.
It is better. I'd still change it because that's a really great cover, man. That's going to draw people in, even if you've only got a section of it. It's fantastic. Like seriously, that's a top level cover. It's really good. I would be happy with that if that was my book. Yeah, so go check this out. This is Rocket by Steve Dye. He's in the chat. Is there any other campaigns, guys, that you want us to have a look at before we wrap this up? Because I like bringing up campaigns of people that are actually here. And I always forget everyone's campaigns, so just let me know. D says the Replicator 4, easy cunt. What do you think of that?
I mean, might be a little hard to sell, but it's very you.
It is very me. Unconditional shove. Sure, we can do that. Is Bancroft going to help me out? No, he's not.
I'm working.
Are you?
Yeah. I can't just sit around all day watching Mario movies.
You say that you can't work on this show because you're just so entertained. So what's happening today? What's changed?
I'm learning.
You're adapting?
Mm-hmm. I'm learning to multitask. How's he going on this, by the way?
Come on, mouse. Come on, man. Scroll up. He's just under 4,000 Australian. So 2.5 USD, 52 backers.
Might need to get him on the old show. Try and give him a push.
Which show? Your show?
Yeah.
We're going to do a show for the Bartons soon when we get our copies of the book. Clayton said he might send us some early. I don't know if he will. But we'll do a show for the Bartons. I would really like to see him remove a lot of the text and just change it to normal text, not like the
Yeah, Neff was pointing
text.
that out today. He really liked it. All right.
He liked
Jasper's asking for a logo critique.
Mike, he's spending the 15 seconds he's remained silent, thinking about how to deliver this critique without being insulting.
It looks like it needs to be centered. I think I can see sort of going with a kind of pulp thing, having that big red block behind it. I wouldn't even consider having the black outline on yellow. If this were mine, I would get those serifs off the eyes. I don't think they need to be there. I think they confuse the issue. I would center it up. I would shrink the whole thing down. It looks like there's some cool like effects behind that red block, and I would just make it unconditional shove. Oh, I see. It's the Tales from the Crypt thing. Okay. Yeah, well, if that's what you're going for, I think you could clean it up a bit. That's all I'm saying. I think you could make it a bit more refined. If you've got to keep that back thing or whatever it is, that color thing. And yeah, it's definitely not like you can get it to work. Definitely get it to work, but yeah, you can see from that Tales from the Crypt one, it is a bit more refined.
Yeah, I think definitely center it like Jerome and you said, definitely center it. You can maybe even make it a bit bigger, Mike, or reduce the size of the red block.
Well, if the red block is, I mean, you don't have to make it exactly the same, but yeah, there's like it's not centered. Get those serifs off the eyes; they don't need to be there. Work a bit more on the black shading on shove.
Drop shadow?
Better drop shadow. That's it. Yeah. And I mean, if I would experiment with the colors as well a little bit more. Maybe this is the best color. I don't know. I would have to play around with that. But it's pretty I'd say it's like 70% there.
I really
30% will really.
What you did with the Replicator logo, I thought was amazing. I mean, like that really took it to a whole.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. It really doesn't take
take
much. You don't need to go crazy with it. But now that I see what he's going with, I wasn't really super familiar with Tales from the Crypt. You gonna read that?
Yeah, Shanth for $5. Seriously, one love. Thank you so much, man. Why don't we have a look at Nosferatu while we're here? I just closed it.
Right, Rob.
What's the unclose button? What's the unclose button, chat?
Is there an unclose button?
Yeah, there's a button you press and it brings stuff back up. What is it? I'm sure there is.
Wasn't aware.
Don't disappoint me like this. You can do it. You know what it is. You can tell me. Oh, I'm going to have to look it up again. 50,000 Australian chance. Don't get too excited when I say that out loud, but 50,000 Australian.
500 backers.
Amazing. Yeah, it's great.
It's very good.
519 backers. This is looking ridiculous. Progress of Rob is still a bit silly.
Yeah,
but
the
it's too
pages
late.
Shantha's been putting out recently, crackers.
Look at that, man.
Yeah, it's
I've said to him multiple times, you've got to update your pages because they're looking just amazing. It's not like the other pages previously weren't amazing. It's just these are just very interesting to look at. Like, look at this. This is like a dude, and it looks like his like cape or a part of him anyway that changes into a head here, and it's like panels, man. Like, this is genius.
Looks like a nightmare.
This is genius. And he draws two things really, really well. Do you want to guess what they are, Mike?
Snakes and transparent clothing.
Two things really well. Where's a good example of it?
Boobs.
Boobs. Got it. Well done. Oh yeah.
What a surprise.
This is this is great. Go check out this. This is a book that is going to be unique because not many books are going to look like this. So go check it out. Like, this blood.
That is the definition of unique.
Thanks, man. I tried very hard. Yeah, this looks sick. Go check out Boots and Heels. Go check out Unconditional Shove. Go check out Rocket. Go check out American Bliss from Dave Brink. Don't think Shaft is shadow banned, but he might be one of the very few that's not.
What are you talking about? There's 16 campaigns that are shadow banned.
Yeah, but how many are active, Mike? How many are active right now?
How many campaigns are active? I mean, I've got quite a few, I'd imagine.
Malin, speaking the absolute truth, why is Bancroft always bringing Rob down?
It's part of our odd couple.
You can't
charisma.
talk your way out of this one.
It's our shtick.
Can't talk your way out of this one. I'm going to try and be on post Kangs next week, John. I'm going to try. As long as Ethan doesn't stream for 8 hours prior, I should be able to make it. Yeah, Just says, Rob is shutting it down during a raid. Genius move. I have to.
Puppies calling.
Puppies calling. Wife's going insane. It just is what it is. But since Malin is here, let's bring up this one too. Got it here. Graveyard. Oh, damn. When did this happen, Mike?
Nice.
1,002 backers. Incredible.
Recently, I imagine. What's
this
that in
cover,
US dollars?
I'll go back and have a look. This cover is fire. I love this.
Yeah.
The
That was the name
boobs.
of my video. I'm so glad that you watched that.
Not everything is about you, Mike. Not everything is about you. The colorist has done such a good job on this. Like, to make this work is not easy because he's got to direct your eye to the important parts without making you.
Let me guess what those important parts are for you.
You tell me.
It's not
you tell
hard
me.
to decipher. Oh, I can see
God.
4. Yeah.
This chick here has some huge bazonka-donkers.
They both do.
Yeah, but this one especially. She's hiding it in this all black top.
Remember when I showed you my first submission to Rob's Vision book?
Remember when you showed me the submission to John's Visions book? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gave me some advice.
Yeah.
What did you tell me to do?
Make the boobs like 1,000 times bigger because they were like flat little grapes.
They weren't flat. They were
Mate.
accurate to nature. And you were like, F nature.
Nah, this is comic books. We want big boobs. It's just it's the way it is.
Get them up there, like pump them up like a bike pump.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
That's what I did.
Yeah, you did
it was
well.
the right decision. It was the right decision.
God. Mate.
It would have
Yeah,
been rejected
exactly.
otherwise.
I wonder if he would have rejected it if John would have said,
Not even
"You've
5
got
years
to."
late. They weren't. No, they weren't small. They were just more realistic. Because I did a woman. Well, I did Lilith, like jumping backwards. So they were sort of like being pushed back and down a bit. You know, like flattened. But they weren't small. But Rob was like, no. Stop trying to be smart here. Just
Yeah,
get him big.
like
poking up.
one, it's Malin. You know, you can see by this image what he likes. 2, it's CG. You know what CG likes. 3, I'm here. You know what I like, so you fix it. But no, this is crazy, man. 1,000 backers is insane. He's still got 15 days left. 140,000 Australian, nearly 90,000 US. Thank you, everyone, for watching today. I know Ethan was streaming, but we still have like 35 people. There are 55 here now. If you haven't, please hit like and subscribe and go sign up to Bancroft's Painted Death. How many are you up to, mate? Are you up to 12 million signups? What are we looking at?
I think it's about 160,000.
That's pretty good.
It's 1,065, let's say. Something like
Beautiful. And we just hit 500 on Replicator 4, so go sign up to that as well. And all the links are down in the description, so you can see 500 there. And bam, hearts and spines. Guys, love that title. Thank you so much for suggesting it to me.
It's a winner.
It's a winner. Mike, anything else?
No, that's it. See you all soon. Have a good night.
All right. See you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye.
Bye.
We'll try to go.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding.